Surprise, motherfucker. Compartition. Atrás. ¿Lo que por ahí? En el medio de la opción, en la opción de plan. Ahí está. Vale. Y se cayó el libro.
Will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. Gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter.
Buena
A
idea.
sailor, probably.
Y eso fue un juego de pequeño con mi hermano.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845
Pues
and
vale,
50
vale,
years old.
No lo sabía.
Ambitious,
Pues como lo dice,
he
tío.
achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex.
Ya me jodí la
It was
infancia,
where he
loco.
lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should have Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then. I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
¿Qué va?
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
Qué buen top. Siento inglés, me encanta, Dios. Y el de Murcia. Ah.
This is where I keep my post.
Señor. Sherlock Holmes, sí, tío. He jugado todo menos el último, yo no sé cuántos hay. El primero que juego.
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
¿Qué asesinato te hace, gilipollas?
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Esta hora viene la-
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
Al lado tuyo. Vale, vente amigo. Sí, algo más por aquí creo, ¿eh? Habla inglés, ¿eh? Hora de máster, bueno. So. Sao.
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of them.
A map of London and the surroundings.
Te saluda, hola de máster. Bienvenido, champion. Yes. Yo. ¿Eh?
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Bueno. También me cago en... hostia, 47 sitios el vídeo de ayer. Hombre, hello, hombre. Así a ti, compañero. ¿Qué quise decir ahora? ¿No? Que te agregue, ¿dónde? Manín. Hablo inglés porque me gusta y siempre estaba cruzando sobre los que son los seeds. Pero vale. Okay,
Mr. Holmes?
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to
Volando,
Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Pero el like para el nombre
No
se
doubt
pica.
you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the
Me
cabin,
parece un
Mr.
cigarro.
Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Tengo problema con el corrector, me muero.
Qué pesada mi madre, como los 14, tío.
No sé qué.
Tío, que días atrasado.
¿Me echo? ¿Qué? Joder, no la tengo para yo.
Ahí.
¿Dónde ahí?
¿Pero para qué quieres el mechero si tienes un puto cigarro?
Toma, no te quitando.
No quiero más. ¿A qué hora piensas subir para arriba, Isa?
No lo sé. Cuando me entere de que alguien quiere estar con eso. En cada acento los idiomas. Ah. Hola, Julian. Muy bien. Muy bienvenido.
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock
Ya
in the
gente,
morning, I
voy a
heard a
leer, se lo
terrible
meto por el
scream.
culo.
I thought nothing of it. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Mira, chicos, compartan el vídeo. Mira, toma, 2 dislikes. Hello, no sé si sigues ahí, pero me acaban 2 dislikes. Esto va a subir,
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
Do you remember at what
Tenés un buen
time
canal,
you
bro.
found
Hombre,
the
muchísimas
body?
gracias, Julian. Te agradezco un montón, tío.
At around
En su
7
comentario me sube la moral.
I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look.
Julián, si puedes, no sé si estás suscrito.
Liked it.
Ok, pero si no estás, suscríbete, ¿eh?
Look, I dared
Y si puedes dar
to
like y
see
compartir,
the
se
door
agradecería un montón.
or bigger.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no.
Es
I
gracioso,
don't
baby,
think
like,
so.
what?
I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life
Hola,
here
hola,
after his
yo.
retirement.
2 dislikes, what. Me quiero interesante, me quiero importante, jajaja. Me quiero gachocho.
¿Cuántas piensas, hermano?
You
Sí,
have
bro,
indeed
suscríbete y compartido ahora.
suffered
Muchísimas
great
gracias,
loss,
Julian.
Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Que si sigue con esto, creo que te vuelves grande. Muchísimas gracias, Pandi, coño. Se agradece un montón eso, tío.
He was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young.
Compostela.
That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Lo te dice como este tío, como
Thank
Sherlock
you,
Holmes.
madam.
Un católico condena a Holmes, pero no a San Jaime. No, me puedes seguir mi cuenta, hombre. No se diga más. Vale, espérate. Vale, copiar. Luego aquí. Nice. Bueno, pero ¿te hace mucho color ahí? Demasiado. Demasiado calor. ¿Qué tengo que hacer ahora? Vale. Hombre, puta madre, no me amaneció. ¿En serio? Madre mía. Ese brother se le quiere y a ti también, Julian. Eso sí. Con eso requiero que
Who could do such a thing?
te hagas en plan así activo. El Panda y ese pan de Panda. Tan gratuito. Acá estoy muerto de frío, ¿no? Porque es un calor más. Además impresiona.
Mr. Holmes? Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took...
Vale. ¿Qué hay? Juego nuevo. Uf, pensé que jugaría el de los monos. El de los monos juego después, si quieres.
Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it.
Si veo que este vídeo tiene éxito, llego a los 10 likes, subo el de los monos.
Once you enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Tengo que ocupar como Garfield.
Ah, good thinking.
Ah.
What is it, Lestrade?
Seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Yo me voy a cargar a mi hermano. Qué puta. Es que me lo voy a cargar. Me perdió la otra goma del teclado, tío. No, entonces tengo que quitar esto también. Porque si no, agüita. Es que sale. Que no sale, no. Cuando quiero que no salgan. Soy un artista. Ahora, ya no se mueve ya. Examinar. Vale, la han forzado. Eso se ve.
These scratches are fresh.
Hey, fresh.
You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
¡Ay, carajo!
What a terrible way to die.
Ya cosa.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Anillo.
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Bueno.
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
A ver, ¿por qué me dices que tengo que terminar todavía otras cosas que no que tuviera? Y que hubiese algo por aquí interesante, por el amor de Dios.
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
A la mesita.
Someone drank from this glass recently. The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
Peter Carey.
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Tabaco, tío. A ver. Madre mía, esto sí que es complicado, ¿eh? Vale, sí, no, tiene que ser así.
This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Se engrifaba. Madre mía.
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Hola, hoy no hay... Hola, coño, hoy no hay multicuento. Puede aparecer, ¿no, eh? Hola, buena gente, por Dios, también. Buena gente.
Of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
Dándole bienvenido a todo el mundo. O sea, aquí como que falta algo, ¿eh?
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Solo los que entran.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Este captain.
Hammerfest. Dundee. It's a
Dundee.
whaling map.
Dundee. Menos mal, sí. Espérate tú, no cuentes victoria todavía. Que a lo mejor esa personita está durmiendo. A ver, espérate, que aquí...
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the
Well,
shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps.
Un momento, si este tiene un... Espérate, espérate. Ah, porque tú todavía no estás todo terminado, ¿eh?
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
Sí, mi tío, me hace hacer cosas mono, pensar como el culo. Me pasa, me ha pasado.
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
Tal vez tenga que agarrar algo para combinarlo con algo del cadáver. Tengo hambre, me voy a por comida. Vale, perfecto. Aprovecho. Me hacer un banquete.
The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack.
Vale, a ver. Bestia. Muy bien. Gateto, miau, miau. Perderte, guau, guau.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky,
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
So what do you propose?
We shall remain on
Ah,
the
no, pues,
outside,
veinte.
near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen,
814
ready
subs,
your
madre mía.
pistols. We have a long night ahead of us. It seems that the garden was well made.
Una pala.
Joder, hermano.
Mr. Holmes, we need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin. near the
¿Ah?
¿El mecherito dónde está?
No sé. ¿Eso no es? No. No sé, no lo encendiste tú.
Joder, hermano. Sí, no lo encendí yo, ¿no? Me voy a vestir.
¿Para qué?
¿Por qué? Porque a las 3 me largo de aquí. No, no.
These boots don't match the footprints. These footprints appear to be quite large.
Ah, ya lo encontré.
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be. But he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
Quiero un terremoto.
It is true. There is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
We need to find a good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
¿Qué has podido decir? Oh.
¿Qué objeto se requiere para eso? No entiendo. Pues no sé qué cosa.
Toma eso. Cuidado que se cae.
Esto se requiere para eso, que no entiendo. Así todo el juego, pero después es más llevadero. Uf, pues yo no sé qué coño hay que coger, tío.
Mr. Holmes?
Ay, si alguien sabe cómo... Si alguien sabe cómo funciona esto, tío. Por favor, que me digan, porque en serio, yo no tengo ni idea de qué coño hay que hacer aquí.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Es el panda, ¿cómo vas, bro? Hombre, bastante bien, tío. ¿Y tú qué tal?
This place is not covered with dust. Like the rest of the ship, an object was taken from here. It was larger than a book, a box or a small...
Te diría, pero no lo juego desde que tengo 14, cuando juego en Xbox, madre mía.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Punto de interés. Grande, hombre, Game Over, ¿qué tal, tío? ¿Cómo va la cosa? Cada con el estrade. El intruso misterioso podría volver. Prefiero poner en esta pantalla, tío, sinceramente. De caso, muchísimas gracias, tío. Joseph, pero si compartes, sería más. Bueno, más.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Me siento sucio, no di like. Ahora sí, ah. Ay, ay. ¿Qué tengo que hacer aquí? No hay alguna manera así, en plan de... que sea. Hacer una emboscada con la estrada. El intruso misterioso podría volver esta noche para terminar lo que había planeado. Y si, no sé, cerramos la puerta. ¿Cómo sale por aquí? O eso era esa mierda ahí. Quizá así en plan, vale, quizá. Ni idea, tío.
Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting.
Yo creo que sí, todo, ¿no? Es que tiene que haber algo, tío, en serio, tiene que haber algo que me pueda servir. Hola DJ Capi, ¿qué tal, campeón? Es que tiene que haber algo, en serio.
This man is in his 50s.
Y le pondría los riñazos. Capi, ¿cómo llevas el pelo? Bien. Yo tengo que cortarme el pelo. O sea, tengo que ver algo por aquí, macho, que me pueda ayudar. Amor, ¿se hablo con esta tía?
Who could do such a thing?
Cállate. Organiza una emboscada. Creo que la emboscada no se puede hacer aquí. Bueno, estaba completado, ¿no? Esto aquí. El que no jugaste el de ese sí. Eso no lo sé que este tipo. Yo mucho así tal que juegue. ¿Cómo que no has terminado aquí, hijo de puta?
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes. ¿Qué tengo que hacer, macho?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
¿Qué hago? Ahora tenemos que raparse el pelo. No, yo raparme el cero no, Eso sí que no, eso sí que no. Yo raparme el cero, ¿por qué no? En plan, quitamos por el lado y quitamos un poquito encima, porque mira. No, y raparse el cero y el rodapié, ojo. Aquí tiene que ver algo, ahí tiene que ver algo.
Mr. Holmes?
Bueno, el detective no sirve, El detective no sirve. Confirmamos. ¿Qué, tío? ¿Cómo coño quiere que haga una emboscada, macho? Es que ni para allí puedo pasar. Con la paleta que flota. Pues está flotando, ¿no? Sí, está flotando. Por tanto, me dejó el directo puesto mientras estoy poniendo la mesa. Ah, vale, entendí. Madre mía. ¿Tú sí le puedes una mesa para comer? Yo no, Yo no. A ver, una emboscada. ¿Cómo coño quiere que haga un puñetero emboscada de caucho, cabrón? ¿Qué hago? ¿Qué hago? Debería ir en la tele, pero es tarde. Ya, si ya es que ya te las cagas.
Mr. Holmes? This window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in. This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Una puta ventana. Una puta ventana. Pero es que si lo veo por allí no puedo hablar por el directo. Bueno, me tengo que ir para ahí. Bueno, chao. Que te vaya bien. 12 likes, contra 2 dislikes.
Did you hear that?
Ojalá vos, coño. Vete tu comida y provecho. Igual. Es verdad, es verdad.
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there. All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
Innocence? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't.
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't.
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the
Están pidiendo
judge.
ayuda.
What? But you can't. I'm not. It's a terrible mistake.
Ahora tengo que impresionar.
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fella. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Bueno, ahora creo que voy a grabar el vídeo de los monos, tío. Bueno, no sé. Otra... Bueno. John Hopley Nelligan.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Holmes?
El Holmes. Vale, sale de prueba. Se cerró sola. Nelligan, vale.
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. From R. Dawson. To my friend and partner, 1883. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer. Pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. A handkerchief with the initials J.H.N. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
A ver, voy a ver solo un
These
nombre.
are the suspect's belongings.
ASM. Conway. Dudo que aunque aparezca por aquí, dudo que pueda... De Conway, creo que se repiten. Sí. ¿Qué pasa?
No, ¿cómo va a pasar? ¿Qué te pasa?
No hay nada de valor, ¿eh? Bueno, valor no interés. Vino para aquí para el gusto.
¿Eso mira? Sí, se ha cambiado.
¿Eh?
No.
Coño, que no sale.
Mr. Holmes?
Holmes.
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no, I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
Mentira.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner.
Bueno, la gorra pues ya está. O sea, eso ya está lo de arriba. Vale, después de botón.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No miedo. Joder. Okay.
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
Que te cae la verga. Vale. 13 likes y vamos bien, vamos bien, vamos bien. Tengo que matar a un hombre atravesándolo por completo. Hola, acabo de despertar. Bien, perfecto, bienvenido, Mauro. Panda, dame un hijo. No, gracias, ni tox.
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson will be happy to oblige.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong. What am I doing?
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes.
Locked.
Locked. Oh, 803. No, 814, vamos. Felicidades, gracias, tío. Muchas gracias. Pero que no es nada, tío. Es que si tú te has visto por algo, ¿no? La cosa como son. No, gracias, Nito.
These are the suspect's belongings. These abbreviations mean... Mr. Holmes?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
¿Me vas a subir?
Mr. Holmes?
Pues no, no me vas a subir. Baker Street. A ver, Peter Kane no fumaba. Código lo que piden un hijo, cambia mucho las cosas. Olvídate, tío. Vale, que estoy aquí.
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black...
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
Yo, me vale para cagar.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man? Morphologically, I mean.
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Yo por experiencia.
Let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed...
Whitechapel. Ah, coño, estoy en Londres.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
Casi tuve uno y mi familia me mataba, pero lo perdimos. Qué jodido, ¿no, tío? ¿Cómo lo siento?
These footprints appear.
Tal vez necesito un objeto, pero ¿qué objeto, tío?
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
Ok. Hola Carlito, muy buena campeón, bienvenido. No sean forros, no sean forros, no sean forros, no sean forros como yo. This man. Carnicería de Whitechapel. Bueno, aquí un fajo de coca.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't...
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable. The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through. Holmes, you should try to aim. The harpoon has struck the body, but with insufficient strength to pierce it straight through.
¿Qué ha montado, tío? ¡Qué una mierda!
You should try to aim better.
Vaya hostia.
The harpoon.
Joder. Ah. Coño.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck,
Estoy ganando, pero tengo
chance
un
of
arpón.
thousands.
Si te parece.
Well, yes. Let us leave
Un
now.
arpón encima.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
Of course. A ver. Creo que todo que es ese, en plan. ¿Sabes lo que digo? Se supone que tengo que lavado, pero bueno. Vale, creo que el carnicería... No, carnicería no, hostia. Es con la yarda. No hay nada que deducir, ya está todo deducido.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Se supone que tengo que hacer, ¿no? ¿Un manly? Es que no sé dónde tengo que ir. No sé qué coño que hacer ahora.
Joder.
Someone drank from this glass recently. Someone drank.
Whitechapel. Eso hablamos con la señora esta.
Who could do such a thing?
Nada, Baker Street. Otro odio, cuando no te dicen lo que tienes que hacer, lo odio, macho.
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
A ver, un momento, si vamos a otra vez a algún más lío, que claro, así soy yo. Voy mirando las cosas y después ya deduzco ya otras mierdas. Y siempre me quedo con las cosas. Vale, R. Dawson, ¿no? Entonces, vale. 1883, ¿no? Vale, entonces.
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Pues no. Eso no, ayer un tiburón. Eso no es una bañera ni de coña. Eso tiene que ser un tiburón. Porque que yo sepa, las bañeras no tienen dientes. Tienen como cepillo.
These footprints appear to be.
Como te pongo nervioso ya. Es que a ver, ya lo vimos ya, ¿no? O sea, le hemos dado un par de veces al centro sin fuerza. Bueno, con fuerza, pero ¿sabes lo que digo, no? Pero claro, hay que darle en plan... Había que darle justo en lo blanquito eso, para poder atravesarlo, sí. Entonces esto, el lanzamiento afortunado no creo, porque si es alguien débil, pues dudo que pueda atravesarlo.
Mr. Holmes? At your service, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes?
Locked.
A ver, ¿qué tenemos aquí? El penis. Tiene que algo por aquí, Alguien, a la moto.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
No, bueno. Vamos a ver.
Locked.
Inspector Lestrade. Está bien eso.
These are the suspect's belongings. These abbreviations mean...
Es que no entiendo nada, tío. No sé qué hay que hacer, ¿qué hacemos? ¿Qué hay que hacer, tío? Antes había dicho que había que ir a no sé dónde a los archivos. Y antes habíamos visto al principio que la zona ahí donde estaban todos los archivos dice mis archivos. Cuando necesitas algo, aquí están, lo que sea, algo así. Pues sabemos dónde hay que ir, ¿no? Dawson y Nelligan, un organismo bancario de Cornualles, yo qué sé, se ha declarado en quiebra como resultado de grandes pérdidas en su cartera de préstamos y por consiguiente se ha acordado su liquidación. Es el 23º banco de Inglaterra y su quiebra es la segunda más importante de la que han quedado registradas. La liquidación de la compañía es simple y llanamente una catástrofe para muchas de las familias cornuales, yo qué sé. Joshua Nelligan, uno de los banqueros, ha desaparecido misteriosamente. Se le vio por última vez a bordo de su barco, haciendo los preparativos para un viaje a Noruega. Lo buscan tanto la policía como sus acreedores.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
Vale, perfecto. No puedo cambiar. Este es de la habitación de cama. ¿Lo puedo? ¿En serio? Déjame like, hombre. Gracias, Nathan. Del hermanito. Con la yard. Con la yard. Ahora sí.
At your services, Holmes.
At your service, Mr. Holmes. Tú, habla, hijo de puta.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes, Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Un Manly. No sé por si hay algo que hay que mirar. Vale. Yo creo que lo primero, no, la huella.
1883. That's the one I need. This is the cruelest of the sea unicorn. This is log note. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Log notes for August. These pages have been Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn. The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
Vale, Baker Street. Estoy muerto, vaya, tengo un buen día.
I have the list of sailors
Vaya, descansa,
aboard the
tío.
Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I...
And whom?
The secret police division of...
Ah, you mean young Wiggins?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more... Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything. And they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just gotta look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank
Scotland Yard. Pues no. Que venga la salida.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see.
As always.
¿Se ha ocurrido?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling.
Do you?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us.
Let us...
Oh yes, and one more thing. The constable Of course. It's in the evidence room. At your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of us, eh?
Breathtaking.
Claro. Claro. Va a comparar a una sola persona como un montón. No, bueno.
These are the suspect's belongings.
¿Con las botas?
Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. nothing unusual about it.
Mira Hartley. Ando ayudando, ya tú sabes. Estoy no estoy, ando loco ya. A ver, ya. Aquí no me das.
I wonder if these are connected. Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
Creo que esos son coordenadas, No está buscando lo bueno de su padre en el interior de la cabaña Peter Carey. Se aplica a su persona. No sé, tío. En plan, encontramos el cuaderno en la cabaña, el chiquibicho que estaba en el hotel. Quizá no fue él, no fue otra persona. Se lo encontró. Eso es deducción primero, ¿vale?
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have it?
Una vez que abajo encontramos un componente químico para el ¿verdad? Pues no. Bueno, no hay ningún compuesto químico para el
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're...
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can...
Well...
La oreja.
That's all for now.
I'm not saying another word.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belong to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Bueno. Vale, vamos ahora a Woodmanly. Ah, mira, tú un rollazo que tengo. Yo creo que Nelligan es inocente, tío. Chiquillo ese. No tiene culpa de nada, ¿verdad?
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Uy, uy, espérate tú, que capaz de todo esta tía sea cómplice de asesinato, porque tampoco esté muy afectada, ¿eh? Y también era infeliz con el matrimonio, pues fíjate.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Sí lo conoce.
Thank you, madam.
Sí lo sabe. Mentirosa. Mentirosa. 2 copas. Y allí habían 2 copas. Y el resentimiento, o sea, después de la muerte de este tío. Bebida marinera. Esto si no otro. Aquí creo que no tengo que hacer nada más, ¿eh? Es con Langer. Yo sí que ando loco.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't
Y es un
remember.
ex soldado, o sea, tiene
What would I be doing
destreza.
there anyway?
Coño, tío. Tío, esto es una mierda.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, Would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Pum, sácala.
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now.
What am I doing here? I've done...
I'm not saying...
Vamos a la tía esta, a llamar a mentirosa en su cara. Muy cabrón. A ver, mentirosilla.
Who could do so?
Ay, ¿cómo que no?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Pues sí, pero explícame qué útil fue con este tío.
The garden was well maintained.
Vale, creo que tengo que ir a Parker Street. Un momentito. Dime.
¿Qué haces?
Nada.
¿Todo bien?
Sí.
Ah, vale, llamé para ver cómo están. ¿Qué están los tres en casa?
Sí.
¿Y tu hermano?
Ahí jugando al play.
Vale, recógeme el cuarto y guárdame la ropa, por favor, ¿vale? Y entre un rato... ¿Shasha o no?
Shasha.
Vergüenza vería con lo limpio que tú eras. Que en hora veas lo cochinito que tú eres. Porque tú no eres nada.
Está en altavoz, ¿te quiere caer la puta boca?
Pues Nora, para que sepas que Ethan era muy, muy limpio. Siempre lo tenía el cuarto limpio y ahora es un cochinito, se ha vuelto un cochino. ¿Es mentira o no? Mentira no es y tú lo sabes.
Me da pereza, limpia, ¿qué quiere que haga?
No, pues limpia, venga, porque ya después, ya desde que tú apruebes vamos a comprarte la cama, que se hace matrimonio. Y después una enorme cama para ti para Nora. Que yo no sé si comprar eso para mi cuarto. La verdad. Pues nada, mira, mi amor, acuérdate de guardarme toda la ropa, que necesito guardar la ropa ya que estoy cansada, ¿vale?
Vale, va.
¿Sacaste a los perros?
Sí, ma.
No, no lo sacaste.
¿Qué te llamo?
Saca a los perros, anda, venga.
Me siento acosado, te lo juro.
Sí, venga. Chao.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flask
De puta, me encanta dejarme con esa. Hombre, va.
To perform a chain reaction.
Hello, no sé si me...
Que te vayas a sacar los perros.
Después.
No, después no, y son solo las putas 3 de la tarde casi.
Ya, bueno, no lo
Llevas 3 horas en el puto directo, cabrón.
Una. Joder. ¿Qué más?
Llama a tu hermano, que tiene el móvil del apagado, para decirle a él lo que tiene que hacer.
Nathan, ven aquí.
capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction.
Yeah.
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the 3rd one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the 3rd one in the sequence after the blue. Third condition, colorless reagent should be... No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the 3rd one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
No, si se me escuchaba antes. No sé, tío, yo no sé. A ver, es que esto no lo entiendo.
First condition, second condition. Orange reagent should be the 3rd one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
No entiendo una mierda. Hay que usar los 7, o sea, no sé. ¿Cómo va la cosa aquí?
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning.
¿Qué pasa?
Una corriente aquí que no flipa. ¿Pero qué te crees tú, gilipollas?
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
No por culo, te lo juro. Una mierda. Es el gabinete, el alcalde bien, pero te pido que reconsidere y recuerdes nuestras promesas. No he hecho nada deshonroso por lo que debas de mí.
My analysis table. It is useful.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk.
Esto pero muy comprimido.
This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
Tengo un PC que tengo que seguir editando, vale, tío. Sí, sigue dándole todo bien. Estoy estresado tío, ahora, tío. Vale.
Please escort. So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Se la hizo. No, porque no tiene todo.
You're a smart one, but it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It's to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads. But now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Hola, la cabrona esta, la mentirosa esta. La mentirosa esta. Siendo que no hay mentirosa.
Locked. Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Gracias, bitch. No te levantes, abrimos la puerta.
Thank you, madam.
No te levantes. Jodido.
Let's see what could be hidden here.
Tengo que estar levantado, ¿no?
Let us see what is in this box.
Un pobre cerrador soy la polla, ¿eh?
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship.
Lo sabía.
That
Una
is
relación.
interesting.
Ay. Vaya tipea.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well...
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he?
You believe that...
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please. Please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Bueno.
Leave me alone, please.
Leave me alone, please. No. Vale, vamos con las llaves, vamos a investigar un poquito sobre eso.
I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
Sí, primero vamos a interrogar a este desgraciado.
I'm not saying...
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Mega treatments.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list.
Well done. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is interesting. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors?
We found Patrick Kent.
Good job, Wiggins.
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles.
Excellent.
Thank you.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Pero camina, coño. Ahora, se que me des tonto ahí, tío, parado. Te va a dar.
approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
¿Por qué no me veo los pies? Pregunto. Hemos llegado.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start it.
Suits me.
A ver cómo van los pulsos. Entonces Peter que para entender su movimiento, jugar, contener, mantenerse en reposo y planear tu estrategia. Ten cuidado con tu aguante. Mira, vaya pedazo de mierda, te lo juro. Tío, esto es una mierda.
You were lucky. I wasn't focused.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take...
Mira, esto va a ser muy lento, tío.
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you...
I'd like to...
Good winner as well. That's... You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay much. So, as a result, I find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner? Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger, we sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. A liar, violent too, swinging those fists of his around. He's a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Pete.
But you ain't heard the...
Tell me.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was... One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only... The crew must have thought that she'd foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
¿Quién era? Joshua, solamente. Joshua Nelly.
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin box.
That's strange.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Pete.
Aye. Those that know it wouldn't be surprised.
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Gazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where.
Oh, is this your...
Well,
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain A...
Maybe.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Care to lose another...
Sí, PC, puedo jugar. Carlos, este juego no es para dos, este juego es para uno solo. Champion. Madre mía, espérate, tú rollazo, Sí, pero que claro, este tío no tiene...
¿Eso mira?
¿Qué tramo?
De nuevo.
Ay, mi madre.
Care to lose...
La cama enrengada, esa.
¿Eh?
Tiene la cama enrengada.
¿Qué?
Que tiene la cama enrengada. Mira eso, hijo.
Déjalo.
Te quedaba de mi sillón, ¿eh?
Y me quedo de tu sillón porque me parto la espalda ahí.
Esa me parece que no está.
Estoy terminando este misterio, Nora.
Sí, pues lo vas terminando.
¿Vete a sacarlo tú?
No, lo vas a... No, no.
¿Vete a sacar todo o sigo con el vídeo tú? Vas comentándolo todo.
¿A dónde vas, muchacho?
Imagínate. Imagínate, Nora.
Que no, muchacho.
¿Tú de youtuber? Hola, amigos de YouTube.
No, no.
Esta tía sigue llorando, por Dios. Dramática.
Leave me alone, please.
¿Me quedas sola otra vez? Hija de Dios.
I'm not saying another word.
What am I doing here?
Espera un momento, esto no combina. Pues no, espérate. Claro, qué agüita.
Vete a sacar los juegos.
¿No era? Espérate.
Llevas putas 2 horas ahí dentro.
Ya.
Ya, o sea, ¿te estoy orgulloso o qué?
Ay, chico, quiero ver el directo por aquí porque llevo 2 horas.
Sí, venga.